So tell us broadly what's happening in the Valley nowadays as we head into the end of 2014.
Well, in terms of the kinds of companies we're looking at and companies that are surfacing, well, there's a lot of different trends. But one of the trends that we're seeing on the enterprise infrastructure side is this whole concept of big data, right, and big data and analytics. And I think what's really driving that to a very large extent is the utility that people are finding out is available to companies to affect their top line.
Right. So in some ways you're also saying that growth is not going to come in the traditional way.
Growth is now, people have discovered that there are very intelligent ways of driving growth, right? Not just throwing people at the sales force level, but how do you sort of really take a look at all the data that's available, right? And be able to do precision targeting and a whole host of other kinds of things, so that you drive your top line, right? You increase your revenues.
So two areas, so mobile apps and shared economy startups. I mean, are you seeing more steam in both these areas?
Yes, I think we're starting to see a whole bunch of apps, newer and newer apps coming up, newer and newer solutions coming up.
So there's still legs in that whole movement.
That's I think so. Yes. There's a lot of, and some of them require. They might not just be software apps. They might be apps that are utilizing a sensor, right? And so, there's a lot of fitness devices now coming up, right? There's this whole IoT movement, Internet of Things movements, right? Where there's sensors in different places that are now gathering data and then allow for certain decisions to be made and alerts to be sent out and so on and so forth. Yeah.
Right. So if you were a young man in Delhi today wanting to start up as you were many years ago, what would you be advising them at this, given where India is today and given the aspirations?
Well, I think I think the best days for India lie ahead. I think there will be a tremendous growth in the use of technology in India in the future. We're seeing that in China as well, right? Obviously, we've seen that in the U.S., and we just think that even the market in the U.S. is continuing to expand. The use of technology is just continuing to grow rapidly. The same thing's going to happen in China, and it is happening in India as well.